Grindr for trans girls. I one time, I downloaded Grindr, and it was like, I think they wanted money or something, and I was like, I'm out of here. And I never like actually set up a profile. And I am incredibly ashamed. However, like, I don't set the standard, right? I don't set the standard. You know, you do you. You do what works for you. You do what makes life happy for you, and don't be ashamed about it. You know, like in relation to dysphoria, it's not a competition. Some people have more or less. Some people are blessed with having less dysphoria or zero dysphoria, as opposed to ones that are kind of cursed with it, right? Like it. I've been tempted to like go on Grindr. It's like meet a guy, because I was watching a Bella Jolie vlog, and she was talking about Grindr. I've watched other trans girls talk about Grindr, and I don't know, as much as I want like a partner, I don't want to go on Grindr. Like, I do not want to go on Grindr. I don't want to be associated with gay men, you know, and not that I don't like gay men, right? Like, but I don't want to be confused as being a gay dude, you know, and I don't have gay sex, right? I don't have gay sex, you know, and gay men are not into me. Like, gay men are into gay men. Gay men can't be attracted to me. It's impossible, right? Like, I know there's gay guys out there who like really femme guys, but they like them guys. You know, I know that because I was a femboy at one time, right? Had its good and bad points, you know, but I was very much a femboy, right? Although still, I was a huge disappointment to those guys because, you know, like I'm a bottom. Like, I'm a bottom. I don't top. And so, like, if I go into Grindr, you know, like, I'm going to meet guys who are, like, who are specifically looking for trans girls. Like, my experience on, like, straight dating sites, and I can be talking to, like, 300, 400 or more guys on, like, a straight dating site. And I'm not saying that to, like, brag. I'm saying it's like that, right? As soon as I tell them, you know, they either become fixated, right? Or turned off and just kind of like slowly disappear out of the text messages, like, or they go crazy mad. Like, they lose it. Like, I've had guys just, you know, start hollering like profanity and slanders and calling me, you know, every name for a gay guy in the book or something along that line. You know, accusing me of like tricking them or just like all this jazz, right? And I'm just like you saw what you saw. It's that simple, right? That simple. You know, if I put on a straight dating site, if I put that I'm transgender on the dating site, you know, one, I don't legally identify as being transgender, right? I do not identify as being transgender. And I don't say that to like cast shade on like other girls or like something like that. You know, it's simply like I do not want to be the transition, right? I want to transition I do not want to be the transition. You know, and in saying that too, it's like shooting myself in the foot, right? Because like, I could go on Grindr. I could go on Grindr and probably find a guy. I could probably be in a relationship. I could probably be living with this guy, right? But he's going to want more than I have to offer, right? He's going to want this, and like that is not on the table, you know. I remember this one guy who I was very much in love with. I knew what he wanted, and I wanted him to stick around. And so I, one day in bed, took his hand and put it there, you know, and he was kissing me. We're making out at the same time, right? And it was so confusing. It was so confusing. Like, so utterly confusing, you know, because I was caught between like this, like, euphoria, you know, of like having a boyfriend, you know, having somebody, you know, make out with me, actually having sex, right? Like not just being a bottom who, like, it, sex, like actually enjoying, like actually having pleasure, right? Actually having the sensation of pleasure, you know? And then at the same time too, it's just, it is going against my grain so hard, like so hard, you know, that I'm just like on the verge of tears. You know, it's like two things at once. It's so uncomfortable. It's so uncomfortable. You know, and like, in terms of like sex, right? Like if a guy wanted me to like top him, like I couldn't get this wrapped around that to make that work, right? Nobody since I transitioned has like gone south on me. No one, you know? And I'm not saying this is like a badge of honor. I'm not saying this is like, I mean, this is a problem, right? This is a problem. This isn't, you know, and getting bottom surgery isn't necessarily the solution to that problem, because if I do that, right, then I will lose, you know, all kinds of people who are interested in me because of that, right? And then I have to be like, as, you know, I have to be like almost like a perfect female, like 24/7, you know, in all regards, of not just like the voice, you know, like just have everything nailed down, solid, you know, 24/7, you know, in order to be just be accepted, kind of thing, you know, just to find someone. Because after you do that, you know, you're on one side of the fence to the other, right? If I'm I was watching a Bella Jolie vlog. If you don't know her, check her out. And she was making a lot of good points and things that I've been through, right? Like when I'm on a straight dating site, right? And I don't tell people, you know, that I'm some alt gender, you know, some variant of female or something along that line, that you know, then I will get people, guys, like the guys that I'm attracted to are attracted to me, right? If I go on Tammy, which is like an LGBT site, right? And I've done this and not declare myself as being transgender, you know, because A, legally I'm not, right? B, I don't identify that way. C, I didn't eat all those pills and go through all that crap to be the transition as opposed to transitioning. You know, there's nothing attractive to me about being transgender. I never wanted to be transgender. I don't have any pride in being transgender, you know, and I don't shame anyone for people who do want to be something different, who do have pride in being transgender, you know, who are open and proud about it. You do you. You do what makes you happy, right? You know, I'm not the standard. I'm not setting the standard. I'm not out here beating it into submission so that everything, you know, is shaped and molded to my liking, right? I'm just saying how it is for me. You know, and how it is for me is really, really problematic. You know, you're not transgender by, you know, how much dysphoria you have or don't have or something. You know, or you're not female by how much dysphoria you have or don't have or something, right? Like I'm just, it's like, I don't know how to describe it. You know, like, it'd be like label me as being South American. You know, I'm not South American, right? I'm not transgender. You know, and I'm not saying that is like to be, because a lot of us really are cunty, right? A lot of us, you know, really come for each other, and a lot of us, you know, want to drag each other down or get a leg up on the next one or something like that, right? So that, you know, to make ourselves look good, and part and parcel, you know, and that's not me. I'm not that competitive, right? I'll have an argument with somebody, right? But I'm just not that cunty bitch, you know, who's going to like slam you and tell you how it is and say that, you know, you have to identify this way and all of this jazz, right? I'm not into that, right? Like but if I'm on a straight dating site, you know, and I utilize the term transgender, you know, because I've had lots of problems, right? You know, I will get the creepiest guys will come out of the woodwork, right? You know, they'll come out of the woodwork, they'll be like, do you top? Are you into like this weird kink? Are you into that weird kink? Do you like violent sex? You know, do you, do you host? Can I come to your place and pay you for sex? You know, fortunately I've never had to do that. Hopefully I never have to go there, but it might be a mode of survival one day. I certainly hope not. But like I just, you know, and I'm like, when I declare myself as being transgender, I get all these guys who I'm not attracted to. Right? Like I've never dated a girl like me. I would rather date a girl like me, right? Who would have to be comfortable with her genitalia, because I'm not. I would rather date a girl like me than all these creeps and perverts who come out of the woodwork when I declare myself as being transgender on a straight dating site. You know, so like, and why would the guys, you know, the straight guys that I'm attracted to be on Come to Grindr? I mean, do they? Right? Because I'll transfer over there, you know. But then there's also like identity politics issues too, right? Because if I'm on Grindr, is that not like kind of like saying that like I'm a gay dude or something? Because I'm not, right? Like I don't have gay sex with guys. You know, I have straight sex with guys in all areas but one. I was on Tammy once, and there was some really aggressive trans girls who like clocked me and like were like really forward about, they're like, so have you had the surgery? You know, like, but it was like in relation to like dating or something. It was really uncomfortable. And apparently on Grindr they do like T for T, trans for trans kind of thing too. I don't know. But like, I was talking to this one girl and she seemed really, really hyped to like be meeting me, you know, and I was like really hyped to meet her too. And then at some point I told her, right? And she seemed really like disheartened, like, not like mad, but just kind of like, oh, this sucks. It does. It does suck, right? I acknowledge that. It does suck. You know, and then like, so I changed my status, you know. It was kind of like a different environment, and I, you know, I'm thinking in my head, because I have met lesbians, like, in person and online, who are cool, who you know, who are somewhat cool with someone like me, right? They exist. They kind of get it. They exist. But then when I changed the bio to state that I'm trans, and then not a single girl was interested in me anymore. Like, not one. Like, I swiped and swiped and swiped. It was like non-binary dudes. It was like other trans girls. Not a single cisgendered lesbian took any interest in me anymore. You would think that somebody who could date, male or female, would have options. Apparently you'd be wrong if you're in my situation, but that's the issue with going on a site that's specifically geared towards, like, trans girls. For me, you know, in multiple different ways. One is that, like, they would want me to use my junk, right? I mean, that's, if I declare myself as being trans, or I'm on a dating site that's specifically for trans, right? You know, then they're interested in me because I'm pre-op. Not because I'm post-op, because I'm pre-op. You know, and getting bottom surgery is not necessarily going to solve that. You know, the only thing that getting bottom surgery might do is open the door to maybe dating some straight guys, maybe dating some lesbians, or bisexual girls or something. You know, but, like,